Some people don't reject value. They reject the badge that it came in. And that's why a Hyundai Genesis can pull up clean, powerful, well-built, comfortable, reliable, and still get overlooked because it doesn't have a BMW emblem on the hood. Also, that's why a Kia Stinger can have power, presence, performance, and personality. And some people still say, yeah, but it's still a Kia. And isn't it interesting how we do the same exact thing with people? Somebody can be loyal, somebody can be peaceful, and somebody can be emotionally mature, can be consistent, can be safe, and can be exactly what your life needs. But because they don't come in the body type, face, style, height, or physical package that you imagine, you overlook them. And not because they lack value, but because they don't have the badge your ego imagined. Welcome to Articulated Illustration, where we see things from unusual angles. I'm your host, Dwayne Richardson Sr. This podcast is sponsored by me. But if you want to invest in purpose and build something beautiful together, let's make it happen. Today, I want to talk about something that we don't always want to admit. We say we want love, we say we want peace, and we say we want loyalty. We say we want somebody who won't play games. We say we want somebody who is honest, stable, faithful, and emotionally healthy. But sometimes when that person actually shows up, guess what? We don't recognize them because they don't look like the fantasy that we have built in our heads. And illustrators, that's dangerous because sometimes what you want visually is not what you need spiritually, what you need emotionally, what you need mentally, and not what you need in a relationship.
Word of the day.
Discernment is the ability to recognize value beyond appearance. Not just what looks good, not just what excites you, and not just what impresses other people who don't care nothing about us. That's crazy, right? And not just what makes your ego feel validated. Discernment asks a deeper and necessary question. Is this good for me? Not attractive to me, not impressive to me, and not desirable to me. Good for me. Now let's go back to the car. A lot of people love badge prestige. And I'm not hating on nobody because of that, okay? So let's get that straight. BMWs, Mercedes, Audis, Lexus, those badges carry weight. And they earn that right to have that weight. So when people see them, they automatically assume success, status, quality, and importance. But here's the truth. A badge can influence perception, but it does not always tell the whole complete story. A BMW can look impressive and still be expensive to maintain. A Mercedes can turn heads and still bring stress. A luxury badge can impress people publicly while draining you in private. Let that sit in for a minute now. And on the flip side, a Hyundai Genesis or a Kia Stinger might not have that same badge prestige, but it still can be powerful, comfortable, beautiful, and well built. And on top of that, dependable, truly enjoyable. The problem is not always the car. Sometimes the problem is the pride of the person looking at it. Because some people truly don't want quality. They want validation. They don't want something that's good. They want something other people recognize as good. And here's where the relationship lesson comes in at. Because some people don't choose partners based on character. They choose partners based on how that person makes them look. They want the other person that other people admire, somebody they could put in their arm, the person who turns heads, the person who makes them feel like they won something, the person who makes other people jealous. And that's just crazy to me. But attraction without discernment becomes a trap, my illustrators. Because a beautiful face does not guarantee a beautiful spirit, and a perfect physique does not guarantee a peaceful heart. A fine exterior does not guarantee loyalty, maturity, integrity, or emotional safety. Some people are like luxury cars with engine problems. What do you mean by that? They are beautiful on the outside, but expensive to be around. High maintenance, if you will. Stressful to manage, impressive in public, exhausting in private. And some people are like those overlooked cars. They may not have the flashy badge. They may not be everybody's fantasy. But at the end of the day, they're dependable, solid, loyal, and they bring peace. And they have substance, things that are necessary in a relationship. And here's the painful truth. Sometimes we reject peace because it doesn't look exciting enough. That dude that may not be your type, he may be lame. And sometimes we reject loyalty because it doesn't look flashy enough. Sometimes we reject stability because it doesn't stimulate our egos enough. Hello. Sometimes we call somebody not my type, when the truth is, they're not our trauma's type. Because trauma has a type. Drama feels familiar. Emotional unavailability feels familiar. Chasing feels familiar. And mixed signals feel so familiar. And trying to prove yourself feels familiar. So all of these things that you are familiar with, you may not need that type in your life. So when somebody peaceful shows up, they may feel boring. But guess what? They're not boring. Your nervous system got addicted to chaos. And now peace feels so unfamiliar, so out of place. And here is where this gets very uncomfortable. Some of us want that BMW treatment while bringing bicycle level emotional maturity. And some of us demand luxury car qualities from somebody else while ignoring the warning lights on our own dashboard. I think sometimes we have what I call a opposite spectrum. And this is what I mean by this. We want patience, but we're impatient. We want loyalty, but we are inconsistent. And we want emotional maturity, but we avoid difficult conversations. We want somebody exceptional, but we refuse to work on ourselves. Discernment isn't just about evaluating other people. It's about evaluating yourself, looking yourself in the mirror. Because if you're only expecting their engine and you are never looking under your own hood, you're missing half of the lesson. Somebody had to say it. A lot of people say they want love, but really, they want a trophy. They want somebody who makes them feel chosen in front of others. But my friends, love is not a car show. A relationship is not about pulling up so people can clap. Because after everybody stops looking, it's about to get real now. You still have to live with that person. You still have to communicate, handle conflict, have to build a life with that person. And when life gets heavy, the badge won't comfort you. The body won't apologize. The face won't create emotional safety. The image won't pray with you. My God. The attraction won't automatically produce peace. And that's why you cannot build a relationship solely on what impresses your eyes. You have to ask, can their character carry weight? Because beauty may attract you initially, but character has to carry you. Some of us have overlooked good people because we were immature in what we value. And, some of us dismiss people too quickly because they didn't fit the image. And some of us wanted the BMW badge so badly that we ignored the warning lights on the dashboard. And some of us had somebody solid standing right there, but we could not appreciate them because they did not feed our ego. And that isn't discernment, people. That's vanity wearing the mask of preference. And hear me out. Preference is not evil. We all have preferences. But when preference blinds you to value, preference becomes a prison. Let me be clear before we close. This message is not telling you to be with somebody that you are not attracted to. That's crazy, and that's not fair to you. And also, it's not fair to them. But this is not about pretending attraction does not matter. This is about not making attraction your God. Because when attraction becomes your God, it will lead you into relationships your soul cannot afford. You still can admire beauty and ask, is this healthy? You can feel chemistry and still ask, is this safe? You can want somebody and still ask, what is this going to cost me? So here are the questions. Are you choosing people based on value or visibility? Are you looking for love or validation? Are you calling somebody boring when they are actually peaceful? And are you chasing a badge while ignoring the breakdown? Are you overlooking the person who could actually help you build? Because eventually, you have to look under the hood. How do they handle conflict? How do they treat people they don't need? Can they take accountability and apologize? Can they communicate effectively? Can they be faithful? And can they bring peace into your life instead of confusion? That's where the real value is. A Hyundai Genesis can be overlooked because it doesn't have the badge. A Kia Stinger can be dismissed also because people worship the emblem instead of respecting the engineering. And people get overlooked the same way every single day. People look for Superman while walking past Clark Kent every single day. And not because they lack substance, but because they don't come wrapped in the image that somebody expected. So be careful, my illustrators. The person you dismiss may be the one person who could have loved you well. And the person you chase may be the person who teaches you why looks were never enough. Do not let your eyes make decisions that your soul has to recover from. And do not let your ego choose what your peace has to live with. And do not confuse attention with value. Don't confuse beauty with safety. And also, my illustrators, do not confuse a badge with a blessing. Because sometimes the best thing for you doesn't arrive looking like your fantasy. Sometimes it arrives looking ordinary and plain, but it carries peace. And peace is not a downgrade. Somebody better talk to him. Peace is premium. The badge may turn heads, but character determines the ride. If you found this episode helpful, and maybe you know somebody else that needs to hear it, share it with them. Like, subscribe, and download. And always remember to do what's absolutely necessary every day and keep illustrating your life. Why? It's your dream, your vision. Keep the pen in your hand. And always remember, looks are not everything. Until the next illustration, We'll talk later.